Good evening, children. I bid you welcome. I should say to you, good evening, survivors, because you are indeed survivors, are you not? Have you not survived what you term that which is adverse weather conditions, adverse weather patterns? Let me reassure you, there is nothing adverse about these conditions, because everything is in divine order. All of these things do not happen at random, you understand. They definitely are not random. They are very much part of the divine grand plan. And as such, asks, requests, acceptance by you. Acceptance by you souls incarnate here on this third dimensional planet of solid matter. Now, why we say to you, acceptance please, is that nothing happens at random. There is no such thing as accident or accidental. It is all part of a divine grand plan, and the plan unfolds in all its perfection, regardless of what it appears to you when you examine it with your third dimensional mind. Now, at this point in time, I would like to say to you, third dimensional mind is the ego mind which you apply to your daily life, your daily problem solving, your daily navigation through your experiences and your lessons here on this planet of third dimension, solid matter. That is the ego mind. And dear, you need it. You definitely need that mind, or otherwise you would not be able to function here. Now then, you also have what we term the higher mind, your higher beingness, your higher self. All of those higher attributes, which each and every one of you possess, whether you know it or not. You possess it. Where do you possess it? You possess it here, deep within the heart, within the spiritual heart of your heart. We're not talking about this third dimensional pump here. We're talking about the heart behind the heart, the spiritual heart, the beingness that you are, the beingness within. And the beingness within can be and is often activated and fed by this astral star chakra. Woo! Down it comes through the astral star chakra, into the mind, into the pineal, into the pituitary. Down she comes through the throat chakra and down here into the beings that you really are. This is where your true beingness resides, where it resides. How many times have you felt the beingness within? The not so silent voice within who whispers to you, prompts you. You call it hunch. Hunch nothing. It's your inner beingness. It's the higher mind. And it's whispering to you, this way, that way, no, not this, yes, that. This is your control. control centre. Right here. You cannot see it unless you have the eyes to see energy as colour, light, sound, movement. Now, if you possess that ability, you will be able to look at another entity embodied such as this. You will look at that entity that is embodied, and you will see past the physical matter, and you will see the glow of the energy. You will see the interplay of the energies. You will see the interplay, intermingling, intertwining of all of these magnificent colours. And the colours depict who and what you are. If you have the eyes to see, you will look through the beings of solid matter, and you will observe the energy within the light, because that is what you are. This, it's only a temporary carriage, a temporary embodiment. You won't have this forever. You haven't had it forever. You'll shed it one day. You will just drop it, like you've dropped hundreds of others in the past. You've had so many incarnations, and each time it's a different embodiment. And after you finish with that incarnation, you finish with that series of experiences and lessons and so on and so forth. When you've finished with that, you know it's time to go home. It's time to go back. It's time for you to go back to the realms, back where you belong. So you drop the body, and you go back as this beautiful energy entity. Your beingness tells the story of who and what you are, where you've been, everything, every single thing that has ever happened to you, crossed your path or been part of your pathway over all of your incarnations. Your energy beingness tells the story of your totality. Simple. Your totality. So when we look at you, what do we see? Yes, I can see your embodiment. More importantly, I can see your energy. I see your colour, I see your light. I see you for what you are. And there is no judgment in the realms. Let's put this to bed right now. Judgment. Judgment only exists if you so allow it. Judgment does not exist in the realms. Judgment is purely and simply a third-dimensional attribute. Who judges who? Who is qualified to judge who? It's a nonsense. It's a nonsense. Judgment exists here in this realm and this realm only. In the realms there is no judgment. It does not matter what your colour, what your composition of colour, what your energy, nothing matters other than you are a spark of the Creator. You are an individual sovereign soul. And as such, you are greatly loved. Greatly loved. Simply because in the realms, especially what you call the higher ones, only love, peace, understanding exists. Nothing else exists. because it is incompatible with that higher energy. Totally incompatible. Now, also, while we're talking about your physical and your emotional and your spiritual and all the rest of your bodies, it is only the beingness that truly counts. All the rest are disposable. They are a use once and throw away. That's what they are. Because for those of you who are coming back again, and I look around me here and I see many who are coming back, for those of you who are coming back, everything bar the sum total of your beingness, the sum total of your soul enrichment, that is the survivor. That is what survives. So now you may understand and perhaps forgive me for saying to you previously, good evening, survivors. Because you are survivors in so many ways, in more ways than one, many, many, many ways. You are survivors. Why are you survivors? Because it's called infinity and you are infinite. You will grow and expand and advance. Because let me tell you, once the Creator has breathed that divine spark of life that becomes a soul, it can never be extinguished. The divine spark, the divine light, the divine essence of what you are can never, never be extinguished. To qualify that, I might add that there have been occasions where younger souls, newer souls, have incarnated on this and other third-dimensional realities, have not taken up the challenge to advance and expand, and instead have chosen to go the other way, to explore what you term the darkness. Now there's a balance there. Darkness and light, darkness and light. We want the perfect balance, thank you. We want the perfect balance. There are those that went into the dark and stayed there. They have been given not several, but many opportunities to come out of the dark and into the light. There are some very highly developed beings, masters, who have taken the very, very dangerous trip deep into the dark to salvage those souls, to bring them up, to bring them home. The far greater majority of the time, each individual operation is successful. however, a minute portion of the number of souls who chose to stay in the dark were not extinguished. You could say they went back into the melting pot and were remanufactured, given another chance. Remanufactured. It's a different essence, it's a different energy, different spark, the Creator. To start the journey all over again. The far greater majority of the souls incarnate at this point in time are diligently following their chosen pathway, their carefully scripted lesson plan. They are guided every step of the way by great beings of light who hold their hand, lead them, show them the way. They must walk the path. But should they ask for help and assistance, the guides are there, leading them along the path, pointing the way, this way, this way. Now you will understand that throughout your physical life in this reality, there will have been times when you have considered that you have strayed from the path, taken a deviation, whether it be a long one or a short one. You have taken this deviation. And that's quite fun. That's quite fun. And when you see these deviations, I must tell you, some are very amusing, because they come out off the path, and they will go out and they'll do a few squigglies like this and a figure eight. Well, they're back where they started from anyway. They will come back onto the path. Why did they go out there? To see what was out there. What happened to them while they're out there? Another learning experience. That's another little lesson. So when they come back in, they bring a little bundle with them. They learn something. So they're back on the path. You are never alone for 1 minute. There is never a time when you are not carefully watched over. There is never a time when you are not carefully guided. There is never a time that the still voice in here is not whispering, this way. It's not a hunch. It is your higher beings giving you the knowledge, telling you this way. Now, coming back to survival. You are very much aware that across your planet at this particular time, and has been happening for considerable time, for considerable periods of time, you are experiencing not just adverse weather conditions, but you're experiencing so much more. You are experiencing what the people in the spiritual groups might say. You are experiencing the changes, the earth changes. And yes, they are earth changes. Very necessary earth changes. And again, none of this happens at random. It is all part of the divine grand plan. Just as you advance, grow, expand, deviate off the path and back, jump over hurdles, move around barriers and obstacles, so too does the planet. Harmony. How can you have a stable, harmonious planet populated with souls, perhaps a large proportion of the mass of which are unstable? And there are some unstable individuals and entire populations, nations and states. They are unstable. So your planet is unstable. So what we're looking to you for, and why we come to talk to you, is please take the path. Peace. Peace. Be peaceful. Be peace. Because you see, it all comes back down to, once more, it comes back down to energy. Energy. So, here this evening, from where I sit, and I look out there, and what do I observe? Energy. And how does it appear to me? What is my visual of this? Beautiful colours, mixed, matched, flowing, beautiful colours. So what I'm looking at here, I'm looking at souls incarnate who have the capacity to be peace, have the capacity to exude and radiate tolerance, love, understanding, all of those higher ideals. If every person incarnate, every soul incarnate on this planet right now exuded, radiated peace and love and anchored themselves and their environment in the light, this planet would stabilize in a millisecond. In a millisecond, it would stabilize. However, the chance of that happening is very, very slim. Now, I would like you also to know that there is the energy, the feed, the nutrient that feeds you, souls incarnate, your planet, your bushes, your animals, your reptiles, your fish, the energy that brings the nutrients for that is at present accelerating at the moment. It's accelerating because this planet has been recalcitrant, it has been sluggish, it is almost as though it's composed of dross. The decision was taken that this cannot be allowed. Souls incarnate need assistance them out of the lethargy that they are locked into. So the energy comes in as a game changer. Massive. Massive. It comes in as a game changer, and what does it do? It starts to clean up. It starts to clean up. Have a look at the dark cabal. Have a look at the souls who are inhabit the darkness. They're being thrust into the light. They're being dragged, kicking and screaming out of the darkness into the light. They're being exposed. All of the nastiness, all of the filth, all of the dross is being exposed. All of the what you call dirty deeds are being exposed. The dirty washing from individuals, states, nations, corporations, it's being exposed. It's being brought out to the light where it will be cleansed. Where it will be cleansed, it will be treated, it will be dealt with. Your planet is undergoing fire, floods, earthquakes, famines, you name it, it's happening. And why is it happening? Because Mother Earth is a magnificent, beautiful, living energy entity, and like you, she is calling out. She wants to come out of the bud, she wants to flower. So she's shrugging off things. She's reorganising herself. And as part of the reorganisation, earth movements are happening. Weather changes are happening. Environments are changing. Everything. Everything is subject to change for the better. For the better. In the realms, the highest beings in the realms, the great oversouls, the great masters, will not tolerate this planet not only not going backwards but stagnating, not to be tolerated. You have your free will choice. We honour that. However, we will not allow you to become stunted, because everything that becomes stunted eventually dies. And you, my dear souls, we love you all, and we are helping you to expand, to grow, to open up, so that not only you but everybody else sees your inner beauty, sees you for who and what you are. And so, dear souls, I feel that I have aggressively attacked your ears and your mind and your feelings this evening. However, such messages sometimes cannot be delivered ever so gently, like the kiss of a feather. We have to give you an impact. We have to give you knowledge, information that impacts upon your psyche. Because in this way, we are, with great love and affection, saying, wake up, wake up, wake up, dear. Please wake up, look around. Discover who and what you really are. And then exemplify your highest ideals, your higher beingness. If there is one sentence that I could use to help you, it is this: become your higher self, your higher beingness, your higher ideal now. Right now, from this point on, be your higher self. Be the beautiful being that you are. be the beautiful, wise, experienced being that you are. Delve in there and check out your own soul richness. It's gold. It's jewels. It's beauty. I love you. We love you. The brotherhood and many other souls around you right now. They are all around you. They are radiating love and peace to you now to help you along your pathway. Good evening, children. I, Aranuth, leave you in peace and love.